Have you ever wondered what it would be like if humans were not the longest living creatures on Earth? What if some animals beneath the waves lived centuries longer than we do, or hardly aged at all? Today, we're looking at 5 ocean creatures whose lifespans stretch far beyond ours. Some live for hundreds of years. One may live for thousands. And one creature at the end has a lifespan so mysterious that scientists still cannot find a clear biological limit. Stay with me for number 5. It may be the closest thing on Earth to biological immortality. Let's begin. Scripture teaches us that our earthly lives are short, a vapor, a breath, a passing moment in the grand story God is writing. But that truth does not mean the world lacks wonders that outlast generations. Some creatures in the ocean carry lifespans so vast that they make human years look like seconds. These long-lived animals are reminders that God's creativity is not confined to our timescale. He forms creatures with lives measured not in decades, but in centuries. The Reformers often reflected on the sovereignty of God over all life, its beginning, its duration, its end. As we explore these ancient ocean dwellers, we glimpse the mystery of time through the lens of God's design. Now, let's meet the animals that outlive us by centuries. The first creature glides through cold northern waters with slow, ancient grace, the bowhead whale. How long does it live? Well over 200 years. Some individuals may reach 250. A few may approach 270. That means bowhead whales alive today may have been swimming when John Newton wrote Amazing Grace. Imagine it. A creature alive through centuries of storms, calm seas, migrations, and generations of humans who lived and died while it continued its journey. Bowheads are enormous, up to 60 feet long. But size is not the reason for their longevity. Their cells repair themselves efficiently. Their bodies produce unique proteins that protect DNA. Their metabolism is slow and steady in icy waters. Every part of the bowhead's biology seems crafted for endurance. This is no accident. This is providence. God designed creatures to thrive in specific environments. The bowhead's long life is not wasteful or random. It fits its role in the Arctic ecosystem. Bowheads remind us that time itself is a gift God distributes as He wills. But as ancient as these whales are, the next creature may be even older. The second creature lurks in the cold depths of the North Atlantic. Long, mysterious. Slow. The Greenland shark. This shark holds one of the longest lifespans of any vertebrate ever discovered. How long does it live? At least 250 years. Possibly over 400. Yes, 400 years. That means a living Greenland shark could have been born before the United States existed, before the works of Bach, before many of the Reformers breathed their last. Its growth is painfully slow, less than half an inch per year. Its movements are unhurried. Its metabolism may be the slowest of any large animal. All of this contributes to its longevity. A creature of the deep that lives quietly, hidden from the world, year after year, century after century. The Greenland shark reminds us that God's timing is not our timing. We rush. We hurry. We measure life by achievements and deadlines. But God made creatures that embody patience, the quiet unfolding of centuries. Yet the longevity of the Greenland shark pales beside the next creature. The third creature grows slowly on the seafloor like a living time capsule. The black coral. These corals do not look like reefs. They resemble dark, branching trees rising from the depths. But how long can they live? Thousands of years. Some specimens have been dated to over 4,000 years old. Imagine it. A coral alive when the prophet Samuel walked the earth. A coral growing silently during the reign of David. A coral still alive when Christ was born and still alive today. This longevity is possible because black coral grows extremely slowly. Its skeleton records centuries like rings in a tree, layer by layer, year by year, millennium by millennium. Its existence echoes the words of Scripture, but one day is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. These ancient corals are not conscious of time, yet they mark it faithfully. Their presence on the ocean floor reminds us of the eternity of God. But now we turn from corals to something stranger, something much smaller and much more mysterious. The fourth creature is not gigantic and not ancient in appearance. It is small, glassy, delicate, the ocean quahog clam. At first glance, it appears ordinary, a simple shellfish, a bottom-dwelling bivalve. But its lifespan is extraordinary. How long can it live? Over 500 years. One individual nicknamed Ming was estimated to be 507 years old, named because its life began during China's Ming Dynasty, before the Reformation, before Gutenberg's printing press changed the world, before Machiavelli, before Columbus. And through all that time, this clam lived quietly buried in the seabed. Why do ocean quahogs live so long? Their metabolism is exceptionally slow. Their tissues produce fewer harmful molecules. Their cells repair damage efficiently. A tiny creature built for endurance. This longevity is not waste. It is testimony. The clam teaches us that God can grant long life to the humblest of creatures. That significance is not measured by size. That a small animal can carry centuries within a simple shell. But now we arrive at the final creature, the one whose life defies our understanding, the one that may not have a natural lifespan limit at all. Prepare yourself. The fifth creature is smaller than your finger, transparent, delicate, and possibly immortal. The immortal jellyfish, scientifically known as Turritopsis dohrnii. This creature possesses one of the most astonishing abilities in the entire biological world. When stressed, injured, starving, or threatened, the immortal jellyfish does something unheard of. It reverses its aging. It transforms its adult body back into a juvenile polyp state, the earliest phase of its life. Cells revert, tissues reprogram, structures reorganize. Then it begins life again. A new cycle, a new start. In theory, this process can repeat indefinitely. A creature that may not truly die unless eaten or fatally damaged. Scientists study this ability for insights into aging, regeneration, and cellular repair. But Christians see something deeper. This jellyfish is not immortal in the biblical sense. It does not escape death. It does not conquer the grave. But it does reveal something about the God who created life. That He alone holds the power over beginnings and endings. That He writes stories in the design of His creatures that point to truths we cannot ignore. The immortal jellyfish is a scientific wonder and a theological reminder. A sign that life in this world is sustained not by random chance, but by the sustaining hand of God. Now step back. Look at what we've seen. A bowhead whale that swims through centuries. A Greenland shark older than empires. A black coral older than recorded history. A quahog clam that outlives generations of nations, and a jellyfish that resets its own life again and again. Together, these creatures testify to the vastness of God's creative imagination, not because long life makes them greater than humans. It does not. Humans alone bear the image of God. Humans alone are redeemed by Christ. Humans alone are called into eternity not by biology, but by grace. But these long-lived creatures serve as reminders of God's sovereignty over time itself. We measure life in decades, but God works in centuries, in millennia, in eternity. Creation whispers this truth through creatures that outlive kingdoms and empires and human ages. So when you hear that a whale is 200 years old, or a clam 500 years old, or a coral 4,000 years old, remember this. Their age is not the miracle. The God who sustains them is. Stay curious, stay amazed, and never forget that even the longest lived creatures on Earth exist within the timeline of the God who is everlasting.